Yeah, yeah. Okay. Usher, usher,
On every set, you can get work from the producer, the production manager, the coordinator. Okay, those three people. I just kind of set it all together. The first AD, the second AD, other production assistants. You can get it from the wardrobe stylist. You can get it from the hair. The wardrobe stylist might be married to a director. Wardrobe stylist can hire you. Production designer can hire you. So can the lead man. So can the grip. So can the gaffer. So can the DP. So many people can hire you, or bring you in, or refer you. Picture this with this whole page filled with these shoots, okay? That's when you're rocking and rolling in your career. And people that you're working with here now, you've got, say, imagine, I know it's hard to do before you haven't done it quite yet, but 1,000 people that you know. And all these people like, know, and trust you. That's when they think of you and they refer you. That's what you got to have happen. So this is your mission, and they will like, know, and trust you and refer you to the niche job. This is your job. This is what we're doing. See, I like to take these concepts and break it down simple in your mind so that you get it and you're just like, okay, that's what I'm doing. Get on a bunch of shoots, get people to like, know, and trust you. On every set, there's like 10 people you can meet that you'll connect with on some level, and you're making that effort, but not by trying to give them your card and get them to call you, but just connecting with them, like through craft service. Hey, did you try that pumpkin pie? My grandma makes pumpkin pie, it's so good. That's how you connect with people. Not like, hey, do you want to see the script I wrote? They're like, no. And you're like, oh. Do you want to, actually I did a whole bunch of films that are going to film festivals, and they don't care. They don't care about anything about you, but they do care about pumpkin pie. So we'll connect through the pumpkin pie. The relationships this is how you go fast. You want to get into the writing, the directing, producing. All of these people like, know, and trust you, refer you to the niche job. And this gives you, by the way, at least $500 for 10. You know what I'm talking about there? $500 a day for 10. That's a minimum for these niche jobs. So, you work 3 days, you make $1,500. Say you work 15 days in a month. Actually, it would be more like $650 because $500 for 10. Usually we're working 12, so we got overtime. So it'd be more like $650. What's $650 times 15? $9,750. Yeah, that's typical. Times 12, what's that? A little bit over $100,000 a year. So that's the lowest niche job. The lowest one. My rate, I'm making, as I told you, $2,000 to even $3,000 a day. Take that times 15, just so you know what I'm making in the film industry. I'm not bragging. It's good for you guys to know so that you see there's money there. This is good news. Because the film industry seemed like a mirage before. Oh, if I hit the jackpot, I'll make some money. Then this is why your parents are probably giving you resistance. It's like, good luck with that. They might even say nobody makes money except for the stars. Oh, no, no, no. I'm going to show you guys soon. I'll show you proof that you can show them the union contract. So it gives you money. It gives you union days, which gives you medical. Okay, medical, complete medical. Our medical is, and I know some people are in London, some people are in Sydney. The unions are different everywhere. What you got to do to qualify for medical is different everywhere. Medical's really good. Like it covers, you got dental, you got everything, and it's provided by the union. You do have to work a certain number of days in 6 months in order to qualify for medical. Even more important to know what we're teaching in Friends in Film so that you're working consistently so you keep your medical. And the more you work, the more you put into retirement. It's not you putting it into retirement, the production company is putting it into retirement for you. But I will tell you across the board, tell you right now, you guys, that retirement is not very good. That is not going to accumulate to very much, even after 20, 30 years. It's not like a company. Okay, so you have to be planning to be buying real estate or something for your future, because the film industry retirement is not going to give it to you. Okay, good to know. Okay, it's all right if you know when you're 20, 30. I started pretty much when I was 30 years old in the film industry. Did you know that? No, you probably didn't. So here's you. You got the mentorship program. You learn how to get into the tornado of production work. All these circles are film shoots. So you got thousands, think of this as thousands of film shoots that you're doing as a production assistant and director assistant and producer assistant and writer assistant, but a lot of it's production assistant because, you know why? Because that's how you meet everybody. This is how you'll make thousands of contacts that way that will like you, know you, and trust you. And at the same time, you guys, you're like, but I want to be a director. Okay, keep being a director. Do your directing work. Like this first, like a month later, just a month later, or at the same time. I don't care, just do it at the same time even, but you gotta do this. This is what get your business on fire. You do your directing, you do your writing, you do your acting, and you work on shoots, and you actually do it. Like if you're only in the tornado and you're like, yeah, but I'm really an actor, but you're not doing any acting at all, then they're like, oh, really? But you're not doing any acting. It does not compute. But if you're on these sets as a production assistant or director assistant, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm acting this weekend in this thing, they're like, oh cool, actor, cool. Maybe I can refer you, they'll want to help you out because they like, know, and trust you. And they will. Then they refer you into the niche. This is what I'm talking about. This is the acting niche. This is the directing niche. It's all going to come out of here. Say you're a DP, say you're a videographer. You get in this tornado of work as a production assistant, camera assistant, you hang out near the camera department. You're having camera conversations all day. You're like, oh, I love that camera. Oh, but you know what? I shot this thing and it turned out like this. It was too grainy and I had to fix it with DaVinci, but it didn't quite work. And what would you do in that situation? You have a couple of these conversations because believe me, there's going to be millions of things you're going to have questions about. They are going to take you under their wing. They are going to refer you to niche work. That's the way it is. You're not in the niche. At the same time, you're like, oh yeah, I got a wedding this weekend. They're like, oh, that's cool. Well, you have fun. See you next week. They'll love it. Say you're directing something. You work as production assistant, but you're directing something. They're like, that's cool. Hey, send it our way when you got the thing done. Or you're doing your music, or you're doing your dancing. You're down here working the tornado, and you're like, yeah, I've got a dancing thing this weekend. They're like, oh, cool. Well, let's post it on YouTube, post it on Facebook. Let me see how it is. Maybe I can come to it. And then these people are all so connected, you guys. Then they can refer you, and they do. Because at this point, you think you got to push so hard. At this point, no. They are your friends. They want to see you succeed. They will refer you. And it's no big deal to them, and it's the most natural thing in the world because this is the way the industry works. Friends refer friends. They don't look on YouTube and find people. That's why getting discovered never works, okay? So that's how it all works. And it's not even a big deal to them because it's the biggest deal in the world to you, but to them, it's like, this is the way the business works. I've made mistakes. By the way, you can make mistakes. I made a ton of mistakes. One of the worst mistakes you can make is forgetting to roll. Yeah, it's like, there's no sound. They got the shot. Everybody did their job perfectly except for me. I didn't roll. It's useless. It's like, where'd you get this person? I've done it many times. But you know what? One time it happened right after 9/11, and I'm like, I went to the director, I'm like, I forgot to roll. I don't know what happened. He's like, we got it a million other times. And it was a short line, so it's okay. We did get a million other times. Anyway, you'll learn how to handle the mistakes. Okay, that's it.
In the club with my homies, trying to get a little VI, keep it down on the low key. You should know how it feels. I saw the shorty, she was checking up on me. From the game, she was spitting in my ear. You would think that she knew me. Decided to cheat. Conversation got heavy. She had me